Hi, my name is Denise Rogers-Height, and I'm a research assistant with the Central Valley Health Policy Institute. Welcome to the Central Valley Housing Data Repository website tutorial. The repository is a public hub for housing, land, and neighborhood data for the Central Valley and for university community collaborations on housing and land issues. Our repository relies on user data set submissions. We are collaborating as a community, and our collection of research is constantly growing. So let's talk about the scope of the Digital Housing Data Repository. The goal of the repository is to build a centralized digital housing data repository that engages the community and helps facilitate research and learning. We do this by partnering with community organizations who are engaged in fair housing action, providing active learning experiences for students through partnerships with those community organizations, and drawing on the repository for high-impact teaching practices. Here are some examples of what those high-impact teaching strategies look like. There's collaborative learning, explicit instruction, feedback, worked examples, things like e-portfolios, community-based learning, internship opportunities, writing-intensive courses, and more. So you might be asking why we should develop a housing repository to begin with. Housing is actually an intersectional issue that's related to many other social inequities that face our region. In 2017, Fresno State hosted a conference where community members working on housing prioritized the need for a place to find local data and a way to assist in interpreting it so that they may successfully tell their stories and make change. Now let's take a look at the repository's website. If you go to valleyhousingrepository.library.fresnostate.edu, you will be directed to the home page. And once you arrive to the home page, you'll see a large search bar where you can look for any data sets that you may be curious about or any information that you may be curious about. If you look below the search bar, you can see how many organizations are currently sharing data with the repository. And if you continue scrolling down, you'll be able to change the language for the website to whatever you prefer. At the top of the page, you'll find 6 links that'll guide you to more information about the repository. If you click on datasets in the upper left corner, you'll be directed to the list of currently available datasets and information that we've received from collaborating organizations or faculty members. If you click on organizations, you'll be directed to a page that shows you a list of participating organizations who are currently contributing data to the repository. If you click on the directory page, you'll be taken to a page that shows you which organizations and researchers are currently collaborating on research projects related to housing. And you'll also find our community-based participatory action research toolbox for any other resources. If you click on the About page, you'll be directed to more repository-specific information. And if you click on the login page, you will be able to enter your username and password to continue. You can also create an account here. You'll need to create a username, your name, email. All of this information will be required when you're creating your account. If we go back to the home page, you can use the search bar to look for any data sets that you might be curious about. Once you've searched for the dataset that you might be curious or interested in, you can click on that dataset. You'll be directed to the datasets information page. On this page, you'll find the metadata, the groups associated with the dataset, and you'll find an activity stream which shows you when the dataset was last updated and what exactly was updated. If you go to Explore, you'll have access to downloading any PDFs or any sort of documents that may be attached to this dataset and necessary or significant to the dataset. When you click on the PDF below the description, you'll be directed to the link to download the PDF as well. This page also tells you how many users are currently following the dataset and which organizations are currently working on the data set. If you want to know even more about this organization, you can click on their logo and you'll be directed to their profile page, which lists the data sets that they're currently contributing to or any groups that they would be involved with. When you reach the home page of the repository, and scroll down, you'll see very colorful boxes, and those boxes will essentially lead you to some of the same pages as these links at the top left-hand corner. There are some extra features in these colored boxes, like the eviction research that was published by Faith in the Valley. So if you're looking for extra engagement, go ahead and scroll down to these boxes and check those out as well. And finally, if you're interested in contributing data to our repository or in submitting additional housing justice related resources to our community-based participatory action research toolbox, please fill out the form attached at our Contact Us link. If you're interested in joining our community listening sessions, please contact Dr. Tanya Pacheco at tpacheco@csufresno.edu. Or you can subscribe to our mailing list at the bottom of the homepage to stay updated. We look forward to collaborating with you. Thank you so much for your interest in staying engaged with us.